Okay, it's your boy Warren B, author of Pimp God, What Your Mama Should Have Told You, here with my man Dr. E. Harlan Scott. Finally, we've been busy, y'all. We back with another edition of the Gloves Off Show. So it's been a lot of talk about the save yourself black men. Save yourself black men. Realizing the reality of our situation in our so-called community. But it's not really a black community, it's just a gynocracy. And it's always been a gynocracy. As we are starting to realize, that's what this red pill knowledge is. So everybody's talking about save yourself black men, okay. But the question is, okay, now what? Once you save yourself, okay, you in the wilderness, do you know how to hunt? Do you know what shit to eat and what not to eat? What's poisonous? I mean, now what? Okay, so we want to talk about, yes, it's true that we do need to save ourselves. Part of me being in the DMV is the same thing. I left the gynocracy. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't give me crumbs from off of a table and I'm a king. It's my fucking table. So I'm not about to be at a table and wait for you to give me crumbs. Crumbs of fatherhood.
Right.
So instead of being a dad, I'm just the uncle that comes and sees my kids every couple of months. I don't have no say in the household. You know what I'm saying? So when I come back, I'm gonna come back with a vengeance. You see what I'm saying? But sometimes you have to retreat. So I understand the save yourself aspect. But now what? What's the plan?
Yeah, so this is going to be like a controversial type topic because I understand. I was listening to, I think Angry Man and a couple things that BGS was talking about.
That's right.
How people would just, beating up the SYSBM brothers. And because they deserve to feel a certain way because we've been under all this bullshit for so long.
That's correct.
And I understand, and I totally agree with that. But the concern that I will say that I wager is that, even when I travel overseas or what have you, different islands and stuff like that.
That's right.
First thing those women say, they talk with you, be smiling and all feminine and
that's right,
sexy. But then they say, how much you paying me?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. You heard brothers say that.
Yeah.
How much you paying me? So I'm saying, okay, I get it. I do get it. You go to Colombia or Brazil, fat, juicy, beautiful skin, feminine.
Smell good.
God, I understand, man. I do get it.
Yeah.
But what is your purpose there?
Yeah.
To get ass?
Now what? Because
you can look at even the history. We have to be really careful with this move and understanding too. Because look what they did to the Moors when they was over there getting busy in Spain, and they still had that. They remind you every year with the bull run. They ran them Negroes out of there.
That's right.
So I'm saying you going there and you got to still keep in mind, other nations and stuff revere you and they love what you do, but it's the respect there.
No. And that's the key.
And that is the whole key. Do you have the respect? Yes, they love you. The Philippine women love black men. Who don't love black men? They can't even have headlines of us doing anything. I mean, even if it's negative.
Yes.
We are still more important. R. Kelly is more important than Weinstein.
Yes.
Even though it's a worse situation for Weinstein.
Yeah.
And it's known throughout the industry. But black men is still the topic.
Still the topic.
Of everything.
Yes.
So you have to be very careful and mindful of going down there with no real plan.
Yeah.
And some will say, I'm going down there to have a family and, just be at peace. And I get it.
Right.
I do.
Sure.
But what are you preparing for your children when you do have this family?
Right.
And what is the respect that these little Negro children going to have? Because they're coming from your seed.
Yeah.
What are you instilling in these countries? Or you just down there having a good time?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so that's one of the things I want to say on that.
Yeah, that's real talk.
You got to have a plan.
Now what? Save yourself,
This
black
a political move?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you just running? Is it really deep down to the core? Is it about ass? I mean, that's really ass. It's really ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you really running this because it's really about ass?
Right. Or the frustration with respect to it. You know, I mean, whatever the case.
That's what I'm saying. Is it centered around?
It's still centered around it, and so, you know.
And ask yourself that.
Yeah.
Ask yourself that question.
That's right. That's true.
You know.
That's true. Okay, so let's get into this. In your opinion, is there a such thing as a black community anymore?
Nah. When I look back and what any community I thought I knew, like Tulsa, Oklahoma, stuff like that, like the Rosewood, like any community that we thought that we had.
Yeah.
I think it's really been long gone. Because really, what is your community based on? Because I look at communities as you commune with each other. How you politic with each other.
That's
we don't really
right.
politic correctly.
No.
That's why we shouldn't be involved in politics, because we don't understand.
No, we don't.
Politics is in your community.
Right. That's true.
It starts with, are you supporting the ones that are the builders and founders in your community? Are you pouring your resources into them? Or are you seeing stuff that they're doing and you're trying to compete?
Excellent point.
So we should not be involved in politics of the American, what we understand politics today.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
That's a good point. And to piggyback off of what you said, in any other community, the resources of the men and the women in that community are steered by the men.
Yep. Still.
But in our gynocentric society, our women steer the resources towards every other race of man. And then they look at you and say, well, you ain't build nothing. How come you ain't build nothing? I think it was in 2014 or something like that. I came across something that said that black women spend so much money on hair, not into their boys, but on hair that they outperform the gross domestic product of Greece.
Yeah.
So what community?
We don't have one.
They don't want to take no direction about how to, manage money or how to, invest more in their sons who are the true builders in the community. But if you don't teach them how to build.
Which is why you don't have one.
No, you don't have one.
And a lot of the frustration I understand that brothers do have, and they do want, I think too, a lot of these brothers, they want something that they can hold on to and actually see something come about. And I think a lot of them don't even really know that, but they want that feeling of accomplishment, of family, and feel that feeling too. But here's the dangerous thing of that. And I know it sounds crazy saying it's dangerous, but you as a man, you want that feeling, but you have to be kind of careful too. Like something you said in your earlier video, we don't know the damage of a lot of these wounds. You going to Brazil, you saying these chicks are dimes, but okay, they bad, but how you're feeling about her, do you have anything for her to do? Right. Because there's a reason why she don't have a husband. There's a reason why.
Yeah.
And some people will say, well, a lot of those women are culture different, which is true. But we know there ain't no virgins just running around down there like that.
That womb entertaining boatloads of niggas as they come in.
So let's just keep it real.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to just be mindful of that.
That's true.
Even in your feeling and feeling good about it.
That's right.
So you just have to just make that decision. and have something for her to do. Whether you go from Brazil to Africa.
No matter where.
No matter where, you have to.
On my Patreon, which, you know, me and Bella started a little jump on the Patreon game. We call it The Gist.
Yeah.
And on every month for the patrons, there's a section of it where it's called Secret Notes from the Pimp God.
Right.
And this month I talked about basically knowing who you are in terms of how you define yourself as a success. And operating from that position.
Yes.
Not just where you sit, but where you ultimately see yourself sitting.
Yep.
And so when you deal with any woman, right, now that puts the pussy in its place.
It does.
It puts her in your life in its place. Is she bringing something that's going to add to that image, that concept that you have of yourself?
Exactly.
And so you deal with her not as, you know, Scott, but you deal with her as the billionaire, you know, the new black billionaire, whatever that image looks like, whatever success looks like for you. And each one of us has to define it for ourselves.
Yeah.
You deal with everybody, even your women, from that chair, from that position, from that image.
And it's funny because that's a powerful thing, because when you in that state, the pussy is not as important.
It's just
we were just
not.
talking to a gentleman the other day. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
When you have it, you enjoy it, but it's really not something you even think about anymore, because like you talk about all the time in your vids, is that masculinity is creativity.
Yes.
And most men still can't grasp that.
No.
But once they do, and me and you experience it all the time.
Yeah.
We looking forward to you giving birth. It becomes a living thing.
It does.
Like your child.
It's organic, yeah.
It's really like, because you can see it grow.
Yeah, you can. You can.
And it's beautiful, and that is fulfilling in and of itself. So when you deal with a woman, when you in that state of mind and you actually are putting out that energy into the things you're doing, she can actually sense that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why she competes with
Yes.
your goals and ambitions,
Yes,
even
she
things
does.
you create.
Yes, she does.
And it's done subconsciously.
It's done
too,
subconsciously.
I think. But that's her nature. But go ahead, what you about to say?
I remember in the old Wall Street, Michael Douglas, the first Joe.
Yeah.
He was riding along with his little protege, you know, and Bud Fox, and they was in the back of the limo. And they were riding along, and then they drove past this building. And Michael Douglas, Gordon Gekko, he said, "You see that building over there?" And Bud looks at the building, and he said, "Yeah, I bought that building about 10 years ago, whatever. And I think he said in like a year later, I sold it and I made an $800,000 profit." And then he said, "It was better than sex." And the concept of creating something from your mind, and then people buy that, people support that. Every time I make an audio book and my phone beeps, letting me know that another sale came through, it's better than sex.
It really is.
Because I created that.
God.
And I see the organic growth
But remember
of
I
this
told
thing.
you what my old mentor said, and it resonated. Remember I told you, stay with me?
Yeah.
He said, the fact that somebody, and I told you this
That's
too.
correct.
Buy something from you that you created.
Yep.
That's major, man.
That's
How many
major.
people can actually say that?
That's true. That's very true. It's very true.
That first sale.
Yeah.
That first idea that people believe in you,
Yep.
and you birthed that.
Yep. That's right.
That's a beautiful feeling.
That's a beautiful
So when
feeling.
a woman is in line with that, and she's supporting you,
Yes.
Which is why sometimes you be in a certain mode, you just happen to look at her, she's handling your biz, you just like,
and that ass looking right.
God, you be like, because it's all in.
It's a part.
It's a part of, and that.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's deep, man. It's like you really see it different.
Yes.
So, but if she's arguing with you, but she's still your woman, but you go out and you looking at her, and you know it's not the same anymore.
And she really don't support you in terms of what you're trying to do, because your vision comes before her.
Yeah.
And so the lion's share of your energy and focus and creativity is not in fucking her in the dishwashing machine in different angles, fucking her in the cabinets, you know what I'm saying, squeezing into thin closets and seeing if you can make it there, you know what I mean, but rather your energy is being focused on creating something. And creating something and creating something. I was listening to Virgil Abloh, and so they asked him, they said, well, how do you feel? Look at you, you're at this position. And he said, well, I don't feel anything. I don't have time to relish in the success that I have. He said, because I'm focused on the next thing that I want to create.
Yeah, God.
That's where I'm at. Whew. I don't have time to worry about, oh, is this the last shoe? It sold this and this and oh, and you're working for Louis. He's just looking at the next shoe that he wants to create. What's the next thing?
He's impacting our culture. Man.
Yes.
And this is when you know it's true, is when you in some ass.
Hey.
And you, either while you in it, you think about something you want to create, or once you finish, you go and just start working.
Yeah, man, I know what that's about. I used to hit.
That's when you know.
I used to hit that ass. She be resting, you know, and then I would get. I don't know why I would get charged. I would get charged. I would just get up and go create something. It didn't make me drowsy. Like, ugh. No, I mean, I'd do that when I bust. You know, bust a bus. But after that, I'm up creating something because I was already focused on my long-term vision.
Yes.
And she wasn't the focus. She wasn't the primary focus.
Remember when we was talking about how, when I was telling you,